few years ago, I hit a wall. I was working in one of the biggest tech companies, surrounded by brilliant engineers, building features that millions of customers would use. But every time I would open my laptop, I would just feel like, I don't know what to write. And I had this brain fog in my head. Not because I didn't know what to do, but I just couldn't find the energy to do it. It felt so draining just coming into work. Have you ever had that feeling? It's called burnout. And if you're a developer in 2025, especially in this AI world, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Hi everyone, I'm Shruti Kapoor, your favorite developer, entertainer, content creator. And in this video, I'm going to share my personal experience of dealing with burnout. I've been in the industry for over 11 years. I've shipped products that millions of customers use. I worked at companies like PayPal and Slack, and I've spoken at global conferences including India, Paris, London, Amsterdam, Belgium, and US. I have mentored hundreds of developers along the way. In fact, I've been featured at Times Square as one of the top mentors on Top Made. But even with all that experience, I've still felt burnout more than once. So many times. I think the feeling of burnout never really goes away, but it just becomes easier to deal with it. In this video, I'm going to share my experience of dealing with burnout and the strategies that I have adopted to hopefully help you in dealing with burnout yourself. So let's grab a drink and get into it. So I think it's helpful to talk about why burnout actually happens. I feel like as somebody who is super passionate about learning new things, I get super excited when I have something new to dive into or learn. And in front-end development, everything changes so fast. So you're always on your feet. There's always something new. There's like a new library popping up every day. There's new things to learn. And now in the AI space, there's like new models, new MCP server, new things, there's like new paradigm shifts happening every single month. So how do you keep up? Well, you keep learning, you keep going, you keep doing, but then at one point you realize so tired of just running. And the tech space is like that. It's been like that for a while, but especially now with the advent of AI and the new tools that keep popping up, it is even more true, right? We're not just writing JavaScript anymore. It's not just enough to learn basic JavaScript or even React or even one of the front-end libraries. You need to know AI, you need to know how to write prompts, you need to know how to debug AI models, you need to know how to build a robust application so that AI hallucinations can be avoided, AI errors can be avoided, and on top of everything else, you also need to keep looking for a new job because of freaking tech industry that keeps laying off people. And let's not forget, things are hard even being at work. I've been in companies and teams where I was given a high priority project and I was supposed to get the project done within a month from the day I was given the project. And I knew people were counting on me and I had to keep going. And I knew I had to get the project done on time because if I didn't, that would show really poorly on my performance. And so what did I do? I kept working around the clock. I had no time to eat lunch. I had no time to eat dinner. I had absolutely no time to cook. And I would be eating food at my table. And this kept going on for over 6 weeks. And I was burnt out to my core. But at the end of the 6 weeks, I delivered the project. And once the project was delivered, I was like, oh, thank God, finally I can breathe. But guess what happened? I got another project. I had no time to rest. And it was just like a go, 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 go. It doesn't matter how burnt out you are or how many times you bring up this issue with your manager. Next project is here, it's time to go. Let's get it done. And I felt so burnt out that I felt like quitting everything altogether. I wished I was run over by a bus so I didn't have to work at this anymore. And that was a really hard time. But now I don't feel that way. So I've developed some strategies that have helped me. And I'm going to share with you some of the strategies that have worked for me. The first step in getting over burnout is to recognize that you are facing burnout or approaching burnout. I think when we feel that we are burnt out, it is already at the point where we've been burnt out for a while. So it's important to recognize when we approach burnout. And here are some things that work for me. Number one, it is helpful to know how do you operate when you're feeling calm and relaxed and happy. For me, I have a little bit of routine. I like to wake up in the morning, make my chai, and have like a little morning routine where I sit outside with my dog and I like to soak in the sunshine. I like to journal what I'm about to do for the rest of the day. I like to plan my day out and take about like an hour in the morning. And that is part of my morning routine, my ritual. And I do that when I'm feeling calm and relaxed and I can have like a nice start to my day. And I work the rest of the day, and in the evening, once I finish my work, I go do a workout, I make some meals, I enjoy time with my husband. And then at the end of the day, I would either have like something new that I'm learning or something that I enjoy to do, like watch movies or play a game or paint or anything that helps relax me. That is my baseline. Ideally, I would do this every single day. Ideally, every day would have a nice morning ritual and a nice ending, calm down ritual towards the end. I've noticed that when I feel stressed and burnt out, some of those things will go away, which is normal. Sometimes I will feel in the morning that I have to wake up and right away get to work. Otherwise, I'm going to be late. Otherwise, I'm going to be missing something. And I have this like stress in the morning when I wake up. It's usually the time when I miss my morning ritual. And if it happens one day, that's fine. But if it keeps happening over and over again, day after day for a continued period of time, I know that something is wrong. Something is burning me out. When it's at work, usually it's easy to pinpoint that. It could be a project that you've been working on, and the duration of the project is important as well. If you're working on something that is only 2 to 3 weeks long and you know there's a definite end goal, I think it's easier to kind of overcome that, whereas something that is more long term, so this just becomes a norm for you. So number one, comparing your current day to your baseline and checking how you're doing. So doing a weekly check-in really helps. Doing a daily check-in really helps as well. Number two is typically the job that I'm doing gives me a lot of satisfaction. I'm somebody who derives a lot of my self-identity from the job that I do. So I put in a lot of effort into the work that I'm doing. I've noticed that when I feel burnt out, that motivation starts declining and that feeling of excitement of going to work starts declining. And I think I've noticed this a lot as well when I'm in meetings and people are talking about the agenda and people are talking about what the company is working towards, and I'm just like, I can't wait to be out of here, or like, I hate this. When you get that feeling, you realize that the place that you're working at doesn't give you as much motivation as it used to, or as much excitement as it used to. And it could be because of a few different reasons, such as work politics, not getting along with people you're working with, not feeling like you belong there, but also the feeling of just feeling burnt out. So number two, recognizing how excited you feel to get to work. Number three is your baseline health. One thing that I have noticed that happens with me is that when I'm feeling burnt out, when I'm going to bed, it's very hard for me to shut off my brain. When I wake up in the morning, work is the first thing that I'm thinking. And even when I'm at work, it just feels like I don't really care about it. Like it just feels boring, it feels stressful, it feels exhausting. Those are some feelings to watch out for. Especially in the night, if you're not able to shut off thinking about work, that means that something about work is stressing you out. And number fourth is feeling of isolation. I'm usually very excited to talk to my coworkers and my teammates, and I usually have my camera on. But when I feel burnt out or when I feel not motivated to be at work, my camera will be off, I won't be speaking as much, I won't be interacting as much, I won't be posting messages as much. I'm just taking a step back, I'm just disconnecting from work. And those are the signs that I have noticed that have helped me understand that I'm facing something that I need to take care of. Let's talk about how to overcome burnout. I used to think that if I'm facing burnout, I'm just going to go on a vacation, and when I'm back, I'm not going to face burnout anymore. And I couldn't be wrong. I would go on a vacation and be like super excited, but on the last few days, I'd be like, I have to go back to my mind-numbing work again. And I'm sure you felt that way too. So here are some tips that have helped me to sustain feeling motivated at work and feeling like I can do this day after day. Number one, prioritizing self-care daily. Daily is the keyword here. Self-care is a non-negotiable. You have to take care of your health regardless of how work is going. You need to exercise, you need to eat healthy, and you need to practice self-care, things that help you re-energize after the end of a long day. So for me, that would be my morning ritual and my evening ritual. I need something to wake me up, to get me energized. And then once the work is done, I need something that I can use as a wrap-up of the day, do a check-in with myself to see what I accomplished and to tell myself that I did my best today. Let's wrap this up and go to the next step. Practicing self-care in addition to eating healthy and exercising. Exercising, it's so cliche, but oh my God, it is so important. I've noticed that when I exercise, that even if I exercise for 45 minutes, even if I exercise for 30 minutes, those 30 minutes are such a big dopamine hit for me. At the end of those 30 minutes, I feel like, okay, even if my work is not going well, at least I did something for myself. And just that feeling is so powerful in helping you feel a little bit of reward at the end of a hard day. Speaking of reward, here's number 2. Building in rewards in your habit. Now, at work, oftentimes we rely on external factors to help us feel rewarded, right? It could be promotions, it could be coworkers giving us, it could be our coworker or manager giving us compliments. But what happens when reward is external? You have no control over it. So your feeling of self-worth relies on somebody else feeling kind enough to give you that. And I realized that this was happening with me a lot. I was telling you about that project in the beginning. At the end of that project, I was hoping that people would come up to me and be like, oh my God, Shruti, you did an amazing job. And like my manager would be like, I'm so proud of you. I'm going to put you up for promotion. And a lot of that did happen. My coworkers did come up to me and say they were so proud of the work that I did. But then I was just waiting for that manager to tell me, okay, I'm going to put you up for promotion. And when that did not come, I felt so hurt and I felt so lost and I felt so disappointed and I felt so rejected. Yes, those feelings are valid, but what helps is that telling yourself that you did an amazing job, and even though external reward is not present, I can give myself a reward. Now, rewards work differently for different kind of people. Rewards could be you take a day off. Rewards could be you take yourself out on a date with your partner or your friend or your mother or your parents or whatever. Reward could also be buying something pretty that you like, buying something that you've been wanting to buy. Like for me, I bought this mic. I've been wanting to buy this for a long time. I did a really big project and I was like, okay, girl, it's time to reward yourself. So build in rewards in your development cycle, rewards that you can control. Tell yourself you did a good job, because you know what? You did. And even if your manager doesn't say that to you, even if your coworker doesn't say that to you, I'm saying that to you. You did a good job. I'm proud of you. Number 3, and this is something that is really important to me and something that I am still working on, learn to say no. I am a people pleaser. I want to say yes to everything I can do. I don't have enough time in the day to do all of the things that I've said yes to, but something that I've been practicing to do is learning to say no. At work and even outside of work, you only have so many hours in the day. We want to do everything, but we can't. So it's important to prioritize the things that we can do and let go of the things that are outside of the bandwidth that we have. Because guess what? We could fill up our day with all the work, but we have to squeeze it back in so that we can take care of ourselves outside of those work hours. And finally, connect with your community, your coworkers, and people in the industry. I kid you not, other people are facing the same feelings you are facing, the same struggles you are facing. And by talking about this with your coworkers and with your friends, it makes it a lot easier to not only manage your feelings, but also figure out techniques and tactics that you can use to work together and also overcome burnout. Having a strong community and having a supportive community really helps in this hard time. And somebody who can really help make sure that you succeed is a mentor. You could get mentors at work, you could get mentors outside. I highly recommend finding a mentor on TopMate. I've mentored a lot of folks in the industry and helped them keep a sustainable career and file for their promotion and enjoy the life that they're living while being in tech. If you want to book a one-on-one consultation with me, the link is going to be in the description. I would highly recommend you find a mentor either at work or outside. Number 2, and this is something that is super new, is using AI wisely to your help. Get you started quickly, builds tests for you quickly, you can prioritize your time. You can use AI to even manage your time so that it blocks out things that are not outside your work hours. Use AI tools to your benefits. And finally, one of the biggest reasons we feel burnt out is because our job is not providing us the satisfaction we need. For the skills part, I highly encourage you to keep investing in your tech skills. If you feel like this industry or this job is not giving you fulfillment, there are multiple other streams you can get into, multiple other jobs you can find. We're earning money so we can have a beautiful life, not the other way around. So find a job that works for you, and by adopting self-care rituals, you'll be able to build in reward system within your work, within your daily life, so that you can feel motivated to go back to work day after day. If this video helped you, let me know in the comments a situation where you felt burnout and a strategy that has helped you. Thank you for watching and wishing you a very healthy tech career. Bye.